today, not 2-in-1 program we get. There is a survey that na the 2019 perception survey we say Salon Parliament na one of the most corrupt institution na the country. We dey deal with that one day. Then today we see how this unbundling of Salcab go na Parliament for face the committee we responsible for transparency and accountability. And inside that, the thing way for be transparent, no one look go that kind of way. So because of that, the chairman and all the members them from that particular committee day, na Parliament say they resign. So that one day will make you wonder, say, what to make them resign? Because I don't know, but you can help me. If he be say, not to the first time this we reach somebody because of say they want twist in hand, he resign. An entire committee na Parliament. I don't know for you, but for me, I think na the ever first time this I am. We can dig deep inside this particular one today. The resignation, waiting lead to them, and the perception survey, we say Parliament now one of the most corrupt institution na Salon. But before that, make we look with coronavirus numbers them for today. Today na the 10th day of September 2020. 569 tests, 9 the labs them analyze. 569 tests, 9 the labs them analyze. Out of that 569 day, 2 turn out for be positive. And then 2 we turn out for be positive from Western area urban. Then after 2-3 they get always free tongue. They really need for wake up yonder. But make we look within the other numbers them say. The total number of confirmed cases they now who don't get in a salon now 2,069. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19 na Salon. So we still stand at 72. For the past 24 hours, nobody no recover from COVID-19 na Salon. So the total number of people we don't beat COVID-19 na Salon still stand at 1,622. The number of people in quarantine na 247. 247 are the number of people in quarantine. The number of people we don't discharge from quarantine na 11,007. 11,007 na don't discharge from quarantine. So now the numbers then one in day we get today for COVID-19 status update na the country. Now I want make we look inside we program for today. As I've been tell we just now the headline for say the 2019 perception survey say Parliament they among one of the most corrupt institution na Salon. That's what the survey say. Waiting people and think. And this particular survey now be DFID funded survey. And na CAL when a Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law na salon na dem be conduct am. Not to foresee na parliament no more, but today because waiting don't happen now, you definitely will go for make parliament here. But in okay, make I ask this. Apart from parliament, which other institution you feel say they among the most corrupt institution them na salon? Which other one? What do you think? What thing come to mind when I ask that question there? Okay. Well, according to this survey, Sierra Leone police, then they lead Salon police. Now then took the bucket as the most corrupt institution na Salon, followed by Parliament. And after Parliament, don't do Ministry of Health. In so don't they in where people in Kikol say, oh, where they say for go give pin code and say, oh, for give something. Well, now so the 2019 corruption perception report. And so he say the one the way they lead now police followed by Parliament followed by the Ministry of Health. Other one they did it. But then three now the one then way and then they pull chest when it come to corruption na salon. But the parliamentarian they no agree. They say I don't know why make people and they think say parliament corrupt. They don't agree. They don't agree at all. But Salon police then they lead. I see now the comments there na Facebook. A lot of people they say Salon police. Parliament issue a statement for make me and say they're not corrupt. Let's see what they then say. The Parliament of Sierra Leone objects and take serious exception. Say in the second most corrupt institution na Salon. Following the conclusion of the 2019 Corruption Perception Report released by DFID-funded consortium, in the PRM consortium, including Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, when Carl Ibrahim Tomi. The Parliament of Sierra Leone is the supreme legislative body in Sierra Leone that has the constitutional authority to hold the executive to account. The Parliament is accountable and answerable to the people of Sierra Leone in the light of written Section 5, Subsection 2A of the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone, where put the sovereignty inside with the people, with the citizens of Sierra Leone, from whom through the said Constitution empower, authority, and legitimacy, then get them from. We the people, now we give them. But when you hear them parliamentarian and they talk about the kind of power they get, then can you even consider we the people that we give them the power? Now we'll continue. These are the statements we then give. Now they read so for you. The main objections of Parliament are on the following grounds. They say, due to the public outcry, Parliament abandoned its stance for improved conditions of service, having in mind it is the least paid parliament in the sub-region. Even to today, inside that committee room, somebody back talk and say, the last day when grab say, then at the least paid, look like they pay them parliamentarian $7,000, then they pay them $1,000. Now incompetent and then begin actable. Honorable. Tapande, tipini, masu break. Left that talk today. If you been watch, you know say what they talk, not true. But make we continue. It stated further that Parliament concede and listen to the cries of the people in the light of economic reality. So now because people will be outcry that thing, now I make Parliament be back off. This is their own statement so then they give you. Even though it has power under the Constitution in section 74, subsection 4, for determine in condition of service and the power of the purse. They say even though they get all this power where they get, because the people outcry say no, we don't want parliament, una not for increase una money, una forget about that talk day. Let you know say it's still in their mind. Yeah? It's still in their mind though. They talk until they inside that committee room, inside the statement back code and give them, they remind we the people say, then get power for changer. So make you not forget that. Okay, make you continue. Furthermore, it pointed out that Parliament openly conducts its business both at committee and plenary in the full view of we the public. Most time it is streamed live on radio, TV, and other social media platforms. Instead of okay, they're like honorable, na Parliament like say na market. Well, Kisam. They also talk say Parliament don't organize open day. Yeah, the camera be go work a day. Go na YouTube page day. Who say be go work pada open day day? Open day in the full view and attendance of the donor community to promote an open parliament and increase citizens' understanding about the functions and operations of parliament. So why not they can tell them say then after police and then the next pan corruption. Let's continue. Moreover, it says due to public outcry again, Parliament don't expunge a certain section inside the Finance Act which provide for non-accountable interest for President, Vice President, and Speaker of the House. Remember this one, I don't know why they can't remind we with all the statement here. Why they still remind we say now because of where we they talk. Well, not to based on the same tier they talk, so not to make people say them corrupt. So if we not be talk, really people if we not be talk, that be sedenting all day, then for don't team up like big cotton tigi. Not so. Let's continue. They say due to its commitment to the implementation of the Bo Declaration on procedural adherence, Parliament don't settle the division with voting by standing in the open. You know, say before, all in favor say aye, aye. All in favor say nay, nay. The ayes have it. They say now not to so, even though then they don't answer, but the ayes then go team up and the nays then go team up, make them continue. That's what they say. Okay? Make we continue. It continued that Parliament speaks on radio on allegation of corruption and the matter is being investigated by ACC. So ACC then still investigates that matter between the clerk, Honorable Parantawali, and Honorable Tawa. You go say Tripoli be talking back because of what happened at Parliament. That case they can't get body now by Honorable Tawa. Make we watch how the game they play, yeah? Make we continue. Finally, Parliament is also constrained with late disbursement of funds to carry out its oversight obligation. So Parliament say, not to foresee that ministry the normal, because remember, look, even FCC, we don't first quarter self before they can even give them first quarter money. Not so. We don't do now, but they say they self. Then they face constraint due to late money when they give them for me then carry out the oversight obligation. This is an open, transparent, and accountable parliament to the people of Sierra Leone. We don't mix pan corruption, devoid of corruption. We don't mix pan yuki. Now so parliament want to make me and you know. In the light of the above, Parliament strongly condemn the outcome of the said survey relating to its image and sees it as an affront deliberately fabricated to damage the reputation of a noble house. Parliament will take a lightly into ye. Say this one, where them put pada survey now for damage the reputation. whose reputation you know for parliament? I left you for answer that question there. But then say this one damage the reputation. Make we continue. Parliament say then they challenge Tinder Sweet the said consortium to advance its evidence and as it deems the outcome of the survey as a waiting solitary figment of imagination to destroy the good image of waiting we good parliament. Dia una way this survey be go for go talk to this corruption perception survey where they go talk to una way say parliament after police na them. They don't tell una. And now the one that will conduct the survey, they don't tell and say they challenge there. Say na fabricated survey na they go get there for damage the reputation. I ask you again, whose reputation you know for parliament? For damage then good image. Which good image you know for we Sierra Leone parliament? The parliament of Sierra Leone is constitutionally required to make law for waiting the peace, the security, and the good governance of the country, to present the people and hold that one day in bold. I want to make you yourself all and hold the executive to account for the overall development of the country. For the overall waiting development of the country. So then go hold the executive account. And they did it today in that committee room. Make we continue. This is not the first time waiting where the surveyor approved because Chad itself be don't do them. This now waiting parliament tell we when them point finger at them say after Salon police, before Ministry of Health, Parliament just they sandwich the middle. Then the middle day. They say na them na the most corrupt institution na Salon. You believe say Parliament corrupt? You feel say then crook? What in you know about we noble and sweet Parliament of Sierra Leone? Because the perceptions of it say they corrupt. Okay. You know hear about the survey. I just break it down for we. Now let's come to waiting happen today in Parliament. Because I don't give you opportunity. We're not going to play me again. I will just give a summary where AIV do just now at the 9 o'clock news. But you will be get opportunity for watch. Even before this, we held a program here where we talk about this unbundling. Where people in the frown at. And following the Saturday, I tell we waiting me radar pick. Where I tell you say they can't catch me radar pick up say the Minister of Information and the head of Salcab, they're all two, not they see one side. Lo and behold, that was true. Even though I can hint you, you can feel say how are they throwing and so I beg get there na leg beni. Any kind of way to go and you get there no more. No say something there inside it. Long matter short. When they begin for talk, they begin the sitting today. In fact, first they begin late. Go na do inside, go na do inside, go na do inside. Okay. Honorable Tawa self try for play the politics. For say no, I know I make una feel any kind way because waiting do now just for make we understand everything. Say what they can do now the correct one. Blah 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 blah. Fine. Then begin for sit down for talk the talk. And then they the talk. The Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Rahman Swaray, as I be talked just now by the headline, feel say he come for a smooth toll gate ride. Unfortunately, now the old road na they didn't care and go. He begin get some bump. He begin get some bump. He begin to gallop. He begin to pothole. Then get for kandong, for pull motokataya, fix and back. At the end of the day, the minister in active wham. But he forget Usai go. Say, na parliament, we into the now then they tell you the kind of power we then get force. We know the minister, whenever they engage the media, I can talk them down. I can talk to them. Now, so if we want to go back to parliament today. But it be look like, say, the minister, he look get one kind backing. He look get one kind backing at the parliament. Now, he make it be the try for do, how he be the try for do today. He go to the extent to say, him being the big boy inside the room. Hey. Imagine no possible inside your house. If they can't tell you, say, in the big boy inside your house. We're not even they pay you rent. So you tell them the big boy, the honorable themselves, they're not take a light to, they're not take a light with her. And they tell her, say, Honorable Tawa say, okay, hold up. Inside ya, I mean, I the speaker of the house. In role, na me take an eye right now. And me, I mean, I the big boy. And the minister, he promote Honorable Tawa. He say, well, Honorable Tawa, na the biggest boy. But himself, na the big boy. Then begin to order for be big and order don't forgive be big. Now the escalation take place. It's like say, the Honorable Tawa in foot just rest by the gas. I don't know if they hip something there. Where she rest by the gas? Now I ask the minister. He say, with all written, the minister don't talk. It look like say, somebody they talk to. You remember the time where they deal with waiting the president go talk in a parliament now. Oh, they talk, say them people the way can go feed the president information the way they go talk in a parliament. That big one there where they order party honorable and then they even allow we fine for the NAC table. They're like bio na banya feki na lie. Now so it turned out for me today. So now you're not able to say, you know what you present Naya into the cabinet, and what the president, you go give the president for me, the president can't talk in a parliament. Now two different statements. Which means say, somebody now they talk to now, the minister had to one back. And so he can do them, now they radio them. It say, no care me go, Usaya no go. No, me, I am matured. They make God, then go one small recess. I think then go try for prime. I think but Lord, they go no more. Then go try for prime Honorable Tawa. Honorable Tawa, no agree where she come. And they can't sit on back. Now I say, you know what? The people them, then give me responsibility now. Leka we self na be don't talk and say that unbundling day. You kill the day. You know go profit with the people of Sierra Leone. Now, so back the Honorable C. At the end of the day, he's saying he resigned from being the chairman for the Committee for Transparency and Accountability. Now, the members themselves say, pa, you know the chairman, who say they go left way? Then they say, hang pine close, pakong. They begin to say, we all, me too. Bam, now they all sing down. I make it simple for you, make you understand. First part, Parliament, the most corrupt. Second part, because of integrity. Honorable Tawa, he say, he resign. And as I explained to you, Umaru Fofana be able for catch up with him. People in there say, Usai, Dr. Kande Yumkela be there. Not, they para committee day. They para the committee. But make we listen before I can play waiting AIV then report. Make we listen how Umaru Fofana put him out today. He said outspoken ruling MP when Ibrahim Tawa Conteh, he don't resign as chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Waiting, Transparency and Accountability. It came in the wake of the release of the perception survey when named Parliament as one of the most corrupt institutions in the country. The MP Ibrahim Tawa tell Umaru Fofana say in decision for left the committee was not directly related to the survey report. In decision where he left, not because of what I told on Agisno. But make we what he say next. He said he feels say then twisting and being him back over the question them we in the ask about this unbundling of SALCAB. Over what he really want for know about SALCAB. He say waiting, then twist in hand behind him back. When he twist post in the hand, and see you know how you can feel. Which controls waiting? The Parliament Internet Gateway. Honorable Tawa accused the leadership of Parliament. I make people engage the speaker. Order, okay. Honorable Tawa accused the leadership of Parliament. Saying at them, they try for making not doing work fine. That's what he tell Umar Ufofana. Say the leadership na Parliament. And they try for making not doing work fine. So that first come with the command, I don't go, command inside, go inside, come inside. I see they go try for caution and say, brah, just give that man the pass that whole road. No, can't go all road. But I was saying, until they not going make the whole road. Now, all road do they pass with them. Bagam. And inside that, we see how everything go. So, Honorable Tawa, and remember them, you read them with them, they are like, all of us, they don't resign. I'll say, what if tomorrow morning we wake, other person don't take over that position, then them pass everything and go ahead with them. What do you go think? You go feel say the perception survey was real and true? Or you still get out by that survey day? Anyway, make we count Usman Toli, make we hear waiting go pick from all waiting we lay in that table. Yes, Usman Toli, welcome on board, sir.
Okay, Triple A, first I would thank you for giving me the honor for talk on Honorable Tawa. We are the chairman of the Committee on Transparency and Accountability and Resignation of Parliament with all the members then. Let me just remind myself, because we don't talk about this topic before, Lord, just remind myself what we've been saying quickly, and then I will talk to the issues then. We can quite remember Naya will talk about this unbundling process, where just means say SALCAB, where Sierra Leone cable network, where they provide all the essential facility, where they for do with the internet in the country, and then they provide them holistically, and then they provide them where other company they buy from them. So this minister, we are the Minister of Information and Communication, he come up with a proposal say therefore separate this institution into two. 9 and called by this unbundling. That is the land side and the sea side. So now that the whole thing begin. What's more critical now, then give me the reasons then why they say they want to separate these two business systems. The submarine side and the land side. Lord, look at the reasons that we them tell we. Lord, listen carefully. Because now the critical thing come out. Then they unbundle them, that is, and they separate them because the management structure is not compatible. That is to say, the way how they manage them, they in line with their own plan. Remember, National Development Plan. We not them plan. So therefore, they want unbundle them. They say African nations then get a plan for transform the digital system. So therefore, the need for reform the institution, the SALCAB. They say they want to increase the penetration of the country because according to their own report, they say only 1 million people now they get connectivity, now they connect to the internet out of a population of over 7 million people. So that's call for reformation. And more importantly, what did they tell me? They say they want to drive the cost down because SALCAB, now they make money. They say by rights, SALCAB, from their business, therefore they pay $1 million every year. But as it stands, they say they not even pay half of that money. So now one of the strongest reasons in this, where they been giving, where they were unbundled the old institution because of cost. The company not make money. So if they separate them, it will better. And now we your arguments now, I'll be making quite clear AAA, as you can say, we've been raised some concerns because we don't see a number of similar institutions then, such as the NPA, where they be unbundled them into ETSA and EGTC. As it stands, it's still problematic. We see a lot of problems then. Remember, the extensive oversight duties where they conduct. And found out say the institution still get a lot of problems, despite of all the unbundling. So we raise serious concern. Say the main issue has not been addressed. So what it is they tell me? Meaning there is something underneath this. Because it just tell me say, this Tawa don't do in this country, this unbundling process, not for the first time this. It don't happen to so many institutions then. And we all know, say, not only the main problem now, and there are issues. So why this man just they push, the Minister of Information just they push for this unbundling process? That was the main concern we raised at this very forum. Yeah? Now I will speak to the issues then, and then very, very critical. I will listen to this, very important. Remember, say, the Minister of Information, I need to supervise and oversee the functions, the operation of SALCAP, now in the overall. And when they make some changes then, or when they bring some development, now that institution, then, I think say SALCAP management team is important. From here, we see say this SALCAP is completely neglected. We not see inside SALCAP, they come out and allow the man for let them make statement. What do they think about this? So therefore, AAA, I agree with you that the Minister of Information and SALCAP not they see one side. Because I don't see no side who side they invite SALCAP for can't give their own submission or what do they think about the unbundling process. So I think say there is a problem there. Again, we know say the Minister of Information recently we praise him and a lot of people then praise him for the repeal, for the repeal where you repeal the criminal libel law. I don't know if not that don't go in my head where if we say they will just deal with people like I want. Yanda and he praise them for that libel law we expunge. We lead for expunge. Something like that won't go in my head. But the important thing is triple-E is this. Parliament is the most powerful institution in the country. Because what they do, now they represent the people and where they rule. So their own function is so important. I wish the one way they represent in our parliament, they understand this. One, now that they represent we. Two, now that they make the laws then, the very laws then. And thirdly, now that they perform the oversight duties. These are the key functions of parliament. And you don't make a submission here. Well, I mean, a report will come out from corruption perception, where they work in connection with the DFID, with the Center for Accountability and Rule of Law in a Salon. They do a survey, as you say. They say 70% of the people, where they ask, they say poverty, greed, and lack of integrity. And then treat here, now say, now you're responsible for the corruption as alone. Yeah? And the name Parliament as one of the most corrupt institutions in the country. So imagine, Yeah? But poverty itself, when you think about it, yeah, it come about because of corruption. Because if corruption not in our country rich. You get all the resources them where for make the country everybody better off. But because of corruption, they make we poor in the first place. Yeah? So, and by that same report, they, say you don't make quite clear the police. You say another very corrupt institution, we all agree to that. And that same report say ACC, I think, are the most credible reporting the channel of corruption. 80% of the people and say ACC is the most credible reporting channel. And that same report, it concludes. You asked that question yesterday. What you make with the brilliant here is very, very relevant, but I will come to that. They say cash exchange. Remember? Yeah? Cash transfer during the COVID-19. We say a lot of cash transfer. Then they say a recipe to corruption. That cash transfer. Yeah? So now that the report they talk, then I will see how I will connect the situation so that everybody will understand. We are not surprised that Parliament can put as one of the most corrupt institutions in the country. I will give you examples because sometimes, it's fine for law we give examples while Parliament for probably named as one of the most corrupt ones then in the country. Yeah? And we see recently, this not only for this government, for all previous, even the previous governments then. Yeah? This is why we country is difficult because it's the most powerful institution in the country corrupt. So imagine where we will go. Yeah? For example, the SUVs. Yeah, we expect Parliament to do something about it. As it stands, we are in nothing. We say, top man in the can at TV, they talk, say, they accuse, say, this not to brand new, then they can say, brand new. I think, say, in that particular circumstance, we expect, say, Parliament for don't question on people here. Yeah? Then one example, we say, we know, say, Parliament corrupt. Remember the passport. Yeah? That passport contract. You all know, a good number of we believe, say, that contract is fundamentally flawed. Yeah, the contract was fundamentally flawed. We talk about mining contracts then, where they then contract all signed from Parliament. Those are examples of why we believe so. Because sometimes in the way we talk, give example, people don't know see. Remember the non-accountable interest. The same Tawa, if not even Tawa Parliament. Yeah, the same Tawa what they talk about, so we don't Tawa resign today. If not only in Tawana Parliament, believe me, that non-accountable interest. Non-accountable interest means the expenditure where the president they take abroad, they're not for checker. It may not need the previous government anyway, the previous government administrations anyway. But when you bring out to knowledge, again, Tawana the same man waiting up with we, Sarah Network and other media houses, then TINAP said, no, this is not for happen. So he ended up withdrawn. Yeah? The toll road contract, $161 million for 62-kilometer road was fundamentally flawed. Yeah? Now, AAA, we don't see the report we come on from the Auditor General. A lot of the Parliament then implicate them a lot. And we expect Parliament to take actions on some of the Auditor General report. As it stands, we are in nothing. A lot of brown envelope papers at that place. They make no mistake. Yeah, and now no more, most of them here, we get time for pay attention. We don't need pay attention small, where they come up with some of them things here. But a lot of these things don't happen for years. I make a country when they go before. Because what you do, Parliament itself is corrupt. And at the representative, no wonder that, politics don't become a very profitable venture. Everybody want to become a politician. And to be more specific, everybody want to become MP. We don't say 10 for election, all now want to be MP. Because there's a lot of corruption that happen inside Parliament. Where me and you now, yeah, perhaps, no. Now, this is the tip of the iceberg. But a lot of corrupt deals that happen within the Parliament we may, know. But however, for conclude, this is the first time, as you say, myself, for somebody resign. As you say, one of will rule out the fact that, it gets something to do with the corruption perception report. Because there's a lot of criticisms directed towards Parliament on that report today. As the supreme or the most powerful institution in the country, for going Nemunam as one of the most corrupt institutions in this country, in the country, it's not child's play. It's a very serious allegation or very serious report. And for somebody to come out after they not ask the public, you say, well, that report is not credible. I think you need to apologize. Because studies, now watching the people and think. It's about people and perception. The voters' perception. What do they think about the prevailing situation? So for let somebody come out, or Parliament come out and condemn that, I think they deserve justice. But clearly, everybody knows Parliament is corrupt. Parliament is corrupt.
Before you go, Usman Toli, that's my own take, I say, which means Parliament not take nothing from that survey. It's like them build a fence around the survey, say all waiting in at the survey wrong, say then go to the extent say then they challenge the survey instead of receiving the survey. Watch Usai then point out for them, themselves come and probe themselves thinking to say we are trying to be this kind of person where them paint by the statement where they want to make we believe say this now so them be, but why you not go accept and say okay we don't hear what una say, we go look inside them and try for do the needful. Instead, una challenge. So there is nothing where they agree on that particular survey day. And I think then they make me worry a little bit.
Indeed, if I worry, because now only when somebody accepts a mistake, now they go make improvement. Yeah? When somebody no accept a mistake, so sometimes if you say everything is fine, but AAA, me and you and almost everybody knows Parliament corrupt. I don't give you examples. Lots of examples where I don't give you. This is not a secret. Yeah? Even Tawa and Paran, Parliament, they don't accuse each other. They accuse Paran, where the administrative head, na Parliament, they don't accuse them of corruption. Nothing will happen. 30 years, no how that case they go. Yeah? So many examples then. No, it's not secret. I don't know why they just want to make an issue about this. Yeah? It's not a secret. Everybody knows. I don't give us so many examples. So clearly, the best thing we expect them to do, let them begin doing recruiting and don't begin to do so. And if, resign, it will give a lot of, I tell you one thing for sure, Tawa, it don't gain respect. You see where he resign, then the other one, they all follow suit. They all resign. Whether they do it intentionally or not. But because Tawa don't do them, and then she say, chairman don't resign. You saw how they left. They all resign. You see, they all grab. And the big mouth guy, when at the minister, he said just come on at the room. So for me, I think this is a big knock to the minister. So I will stop here and give a chance to other panelists then. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Make a call with us friend, make we hear what's in get for we today. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Triple A. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. And thanks to previous speaker, Mr. Usman Toli. Thank him very much. And thank the source of the information. We don't give the effort we always try for jigsaw and bring the information at the table. We understand within Salon they go on, especially in terms of politics and how people in the govern way. Me on take inside this chair for today. I'm looking at what me be able to observe today. We have been trying for repeat watch and over. As you say, you see clearly say there is something where there is a disagreement between most of them where they na the own different institutions them that are one inside parliament. And the parliament are then the members then we comprise now of the opposition, the one that we did backbenchers, paramount chief, speaker of the house, and more of the one that we don't involve the all these are the parliament based. But it can be seen that a competition will happen now between the parliament and the government. Because the government, that na the one then we actually will get beaucoup seats in the parliament and the legislative. You see, because of this problem of the government, then they in a higher position, you go see, the higher amount or rate of people them way they in terms of the number of votes, how they pass an act, whether they go support. So that area they naim be not come as a perspective. And when you look at normal per mortal man today, we will get in human behavior. That kind of thing, they look say na kind of a decline in biasness. You know, the way they look at things, they look and say that this way are they look at. So you look now, see the government, then get people who they look at the laws and legislation and waiting the institution where they for look after for do what he call for, you they look at from a different way. And what they can bring all this that they based on the knowledge and understanding of your own ministry or your own area where they give for work. When you get that understanding, they will say, okay, I get knowledge, but the knowledge is different for understand the ministry and for understand waiting the law or waiting salon or waiting they ask me for can do what I see done now. And you will even become sometimes very, very biased only because the concept when you see say an easy thing for do, you they look and say this way that very when I think when you get for involve your brain for deal with and very hard way, you they say as in a very easy thing, and how you go engage them, you will engage them in a very simple way. Instead of you bring honesty and humility, we get for calm, then you they derail yourself. Now they see say most of the people that we did it today are humility. People that will be they try for talk say, well, I have the authority, I'm not humble to do the service. That humility, they don't come pull you. And the honesty for talk say, now so I get for do. So you get between honesty and humility. Then waiting it finally bring up your integrity, you don't spoil them. The honesty not there because you get to paper where I say they can't bring, where they can't out to the actual thing we happen in the parliament. The paper where they can't give for let them go say that this that they can't do. Now they can't get an auditing. The auditing now for look if in terms of if the transparency of what people and they do. Then instead of one day the people and they go in and they come out and there is evidence in practice what people they see say that two different things that they bring before them. All right, that is dishonesty. Why? Because you get a self-bias. You then see and say it's wrong, but because of your perception, they lead you side for do something where you're going to say, this is what I want to do for let go cover me. For many reasons now, that you can now finally bend the back, say there's something with corruption they go on. Because you don't want to honestly give something people need for see, then you know they even try for say, okay, if I don't honestly give, I become humble or raise my hand, I don't do mistake. They are gonna help me. But there was not. Instead, now in the person they tell incumbent, say, well, incumbent not do mistake because you know wear glass today. Now for that, you know you can read that paper day. So you see, there was all a kind of way it is time for manipulate. Somebody was there, now chairman, they say they are the place of the speaker of the house for that moment of that meeting day. They begin to read, they begin to talk, say, well, I didn't hear, well, who's all will believe? Then they grab the tell the man, say, well, you know, wear glass, you know, see. Your honesty, you know, prove them, but you try to look at the person on your other side. for say this man, you know where the glass, I finally read that thing. Or if you don't ask me, like explain you what they read. Well, you try for bring this now for say, well, now come out to voting at the issue today. The man where they try for bring say, I mean the cell carbon they try for separate into two body for say let them give this body to the terrestrial section, where the fiber optic business who can instigate this, where the network for salon, then the one they would at the marine sector all separate them. But there is a reason why then they separate them, because why? There were funds coming in into these things. Who knows? Is it because one part of the fund, somebody wants to deal with it in the own way we want, or not just because of if you say somebody will do something where it will likely know. But it comes to autonomy. The autonomy, one person wants to become autonomous. It comes back to honesty. Autonomous get for be transparency. Wherein when they bring the thing for a purpose, now this will get forgive. The man they don't get the work say you they do this fiber optic on a cell cab, take go now upline society they repair. Then you get for give back network to the institutions there, colleges, higher institution, government office, then medical places them or anything on a health sector. Now you they give them. But when they give them, then they pay you. That was questionable. They not allow themselves for can't give. And one of the parliamentarians who the panel committee they get for well, let themselves can't talk. This paper would they say they bring, would try for discredit they say, then get for separate them because they know they make money. The debt when they pay, a government they pay them. The other side they talk different thing. So is somebody standing in the gap? The type was see the corruption rate, when I see value, if I were able to call them in this type of way, in a biasness, humility no day, and then honesty no day. People can get for be very humble for do their own purpose. And the parliament, now a composition of different bodies. And then when they don't make up the government, now they get for no say, then they put autonomy or things they want to autonomy no more for themselves, where it will affect. The autonomy will come if it benefit the others. You not get for get a link. When the link they come, they get for draw other side. It has to be autonomous. And everything get for be transparent. Then at the primary thing is. So you will get for detect there is something going on wherein you like let's say that money will not be they pay. Why they don't ask them? Why they not be they pay? Why they not be they get boku money? Why the government not they make up money? They say now 80 gigs. Then when they go in a parliament, they say about 60 gigs. And the guy then goes away talk by in last interview, say now 80 gigs. Now then they give. What would a man go ask them? I mean, say a network. They don't allow them for say. And Tawa now waiting in Giam after the finding. Because when you observe what he read, not to something where he write to, even though he know the skeleton part of it. You go see that man can interview and say, well, read them. But again, he know the practical issues. There is something going wrong. And who is causing this? That the minister. So the minister, if he says this time, I mean, humility will not be put forward. Now this time, they can't exhibit them. But this time, it's different. Just like he illustrate and say, good road and old road and new road. So these are the areas, and he left to the perception of individual, because the individual don't perceive, say, the parliament is not straightforward for boku thing. And when you look, now me, at the talk, say, now parliament, therefore, say first. Because when you look at the third reason why parliament day, one are the function, one are for oversee the government on hearing of and inquiries them. And then the making of laws. That second one, when are the making of laws, we come for that third one. Now then they make the laws. And when are the police, now then they try for implement for no citizen lawyer we government don't put, let them abide by them. They know they make law for themselves, now waiting then they give them because they say they're not independent. So if police then go overdo things, if they come up from waiting when they supply them, waiting when they feed them, waiting when tell them for go do, and how when they give them guides. And then themselves, based on waiting them, you don't they see for say, now the opinion this. Not to waiting people and believe, now they your opinion for say, now people around they see say, now so thing for be. We get for take something from them, let it go able for pass, we able for do this. So all those kind of things. So if they say then suppose for because then they introduce waiting today, tomorrow they say now this law and put now police then will go day for do them. You see? So now they know more than they see. They don't know they say no more, they don't see the how he the thing at the water, now they all they go for go pull up. that the police and how they go exhibit them. So that the other way around it for don't be. They are the leaders of all these laws that they legislate and they make them. And the police and they walk to the act of parliament where they don't put this section, that. But now usai link na parliament. Now Friday they want the care parliament, they go ask the one budget to, and then they ask. So they have to look at it from different perspectives. And what do you feel say no more get for happen? Now I believe say let people and just get for come out. Those few who are ready to help, let them implement what in laws them. Let them left what they say na favoritism or bias against on the other side. Bias is selecting individuals, making them waiting and get for be. Then with a bias for let who not come here. So you see, all this is effect in different way, but they are all in different way where somebody will say, I will evaluate what thing they do. How am I able to evaluate them? They're not able to come make I will see what thing they do. So you cannot evaluate. Now rather than say, well, what you wanna feel? Now rather than give the people and say, well, what you wanna feel? Because now they get the last thing, the perception of what they see, now it go inside their brain, and in the cognitive side, they know them brain the capacity for understand. Say this would only see how it happen. Now then why we go this, now then why they do this. But if the people they understand, say now government they legislate this law and give them to police, then go turn around and say now government they get for pull all the blame part. Because now then they put all this and they not they look aside when I look before. Because when you look at the poverty rate, what World Bank they do recently, they say now just about $1.90 when they make. Then I will stand and do and recently. So all that kind of poverty level there, with the people around they say we are making they implement plans there when are for future plans. We know they just count on we can't make plans when are for me own one, then other people already know. So if you don't eat, other people don't not eat, then go say and other man back no one eat. You get the one they will not eat, when they want eat, then go oppose you. They get the one them way, now the one them way no one for itself, and then they see you back they eat. So now then they prosecute you and push you. And then they happen presently. There is something where an arrangement in terms of finance. Because now in grab back to the same any project where they bring, I say, because of this cyber law, I go bring people in UK, then they can show me how to do things. It go cost them some money, it will cost them all those things. So some of these things, and they just bring the normal. So I might be say people don't fed up, say, now they just bring these ideas, but they tell people which are the outcome. They they tell people waiting now the main reason. Waiting now your reason, now in the G. They tell the other reason of so the people then get something for say. I don't know no more if you go back to when and get for call Sal Cab, let them can read what they say they want to talk about their own side. Or else the battle they will still continue. And that's how want for say in terms of implementation or how they will implement laws. And let people become humble, humility, and get for help them, and understanding and honesty. Now that one, more feel say go get for work. So that the prejudice, when them go they look on individuals there, say you not fit for Dunaya, just because of the way you perceive them, or it's stereotype, this man at this party today, or this man at this, or this man not fit forget this. Now me get for Tina before. So if we all go in a circle form, if I let we they go before, instead of running around circles. You see, instead of running around circles, now they run parallel and go before. So go reach a target. The way you run circles, it say you don't run the circles down, you are dizzy, you fall down. So we have to be running forward and go. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Make we come with Dr. Aissatou. Make we hear waiting you get for we. Yes, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallow, you get the platform. Waiting you get for we today.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. The week is running down, so we hoping for a restful weekend because people like us, we can't wait for that, and I hope many of us will get that. First, I want to say happy birthday to my son, Abubakar Jallow. Happy birthday, mommy loves you. Wishing you all the best and in good health, peace, happiness and success. And I hope you grow in an environment that is not corrupt. As my own country right now, that we're dealing with corruption. Now that I pray for, and I hope the same thing for all picking where they grow up in a salon. For see, by the time then they turn, a teenager. He's 11. He turned 11 today. So let's say teenager, we're talking about 13 going onward before they even enter, secondary school. Corruption now we country is done. That's not new take and a new statement and this is not just an example, just for show. So the corruption is really embedded in people in Sierra Leone. For members of parliament, decide for resign. And the person will resign now, so we all know, now being one of the, I would say, somewhat a whistleblower, right? Sometime, months ago. And because of that, that shows, for me, it shows that he has integrity in him. Knowing that, as we don't call for, if say, this job not for you, definitely resign. If somebody they block you for let you do your job, resign. Tell them, say, that's not me. I am not interested. I don't want to live my life like that. You rather go out there, help people that, you don't even know. Do good things for humanity. Make people feel better, in their daily life. Now that's, I feel say, every Sierra Leonean where they live there. Now we need to affect this corruption. Whoever is within this corruption or ministry, and for me, not to just parliamentarians, politicians, get what I'm bringing back with corrupt. But what I can see in many cases, people are greedy, people are selfish, people don't have a heart. I feel like they're heartless. In what we have been seeing, what you don't see for the last few months, like I feel like every single day within I see now heartbreak. Now they see at the country. And how can we make a change in this? Many people voiced their opinion 2 days ago as to what can we do. We need to make, some form of petition where we say we love for change in that country. If you seek, this is not Nancy's statement, you don't talk and repeatedly, which sometimes I think it's about time we take everybody in your own little ideas and way that they come up with. We vote for that. We make sure that the Sierra Leoneans and they vote for them, make them accountable and make them understand. If you feel, where we seek medical care within your own country, or you feel you picking now overseas if you go land, that tells you we country is not that good enough for you. Now make they get medical care there. Now make they get education there. You rather you steal the country money, you go overseas, to invest there, right? And yes, there will be laws in place that will be able to really retrieve those funds that they steal from the country so that it could come back and take care of things. If we can think about it, when this new administration started, they said and pull a lot of money that they want to use to, build hospitals, right? So where's that hospital? We're going 3 years down the lane. We didn't even see a structure, not even a foundation. What's going on here, right? So for me, these people have to understand that they were put in that position to serve humanity, to serve the general public, rather than be greedy and selfish, because this is what it's going to take us now. We have to not only advocate on air every day. Maybe I think, we need to first ask for a way how we can try to demonstrate peacefully in the country so that they can hear us. Because I'm thinking they're not hearing us. Even if they're hearing us, they're putting their foot down as if we are just talking nonsense. No, we're not talking nonsense. We're making sense. We're telling you that you are greedy. We're telling you that you don't have a heart. We're telling you that you don't care about humanity. You selfish in a way that, every day I see these people struggle. I don't know where to put myself. And I feel like it's about time many of them start resigning day in, day out. Francis Bentafala, if you are listening, I'm asking you that you become a Sierra Leonean, rather a politician. Become somebody that serves the Sierra Leone people, not a political party just because they appoint you. Do your job. You and your team do what you're supposed to do. Don't be biased. Try to be neutral. Try to be factual. Bring things up that are factual, that you can do the best for this nation. Our nation has been struggling for 59 years, and this is about time that things start growing. People start seeing that they have their businesses growing, that we have the basic needs and necessity in that country. Because you know what? It's a shame. It's a disgrace. They should not be even sitting in that parliament on a daily basis, eating taxpayers' money, getting paid for things that they are not really delivering their service to the country. And they are doing injustice to all Sierra Leoneans, whether within Sierra Leone or abroad. So that's what I think, and that's how the frustration is going. But we will not stop talking. We will continue to talk, and we hope that they listen and they do the right thing. And God Almighty will definitely remove them from those positions as they continue to embezzle the country's money one by one, and we'll see that happening very soon, because you know what? Everybody is praying, and I know the prayer is going to work. That I know for fact. Thank you very much, and we want to say hashtag no to corruption in Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone has to be better for the good of that country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallow. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who you call from, please.
Yeah, my name is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, we'll say thank you, you know, we see some of them think they are the come and light. You know, Tawa, let God bless them, whatever they do, because we're not saying now the right decision he takes, because you know go there the work now the people that vote and they. One of the correction was for make where the minister the church in at the big man or big boy in the office or men at the room. In I employ the employer, they can fire anytime. So technically you don't know your own right. Then I don't should say now they respect this way this government here they not get. They don't should say the parliament, the MP, they now vote there. Now people they elect them. You they not elect you. You now employ the employees. Today they can kind of fire you. But they don't take now the power, don't go inside their head now. They defeated them and elect them the way that they talk. You don't see. When it comes to the parliament, we know so the conscience. They no say the conscience, no say they corrupt. But they don't need for tell them. They know that. Because if they're not corrupt, Sierra Leone not for them they so. Sierra Leone not for them council. For them, something that they will not for the complain about that. So laws the way they don't pass now that parliament, they don't affect the country. They said know that, say that they corrupt. Because some of them laws the way they pass now that parliament, they affect the people. Then they affect the people, make things they know they go right. So many things there. We can't see them at the book. So now the Satan knows say they also the conscience knows say they corrupt. So they're not left for the defendant. When you see them think they are going to come out small, we do not say the truth will come out one day. Now so God they expose the one. Because as I don't know what I said now, who's friend. Some of the idea that they believe the president not even know about that. Maybe the minister will just go brief the president and say, brah, that's so, but what you think? I believe it's a good idea. I want to go to parliament. Because not the way it's taken in parliament, again, man, the day we go back and up for pastor. Because, now so, if Tawa not for Metima, as you say, well, you say earlier, in case they bring somebody else, we don't know, say, finally the corruption now, they don't expose themselves. If they bring anybody under, they pass that thing where the minister can go, they don't expose themselves. If they try those say, then I expose you right there. Because if the first man stands against that, they will not bring somebody for pastor, na exposure. I don't know much to say about that. But I don't mean to get for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, I live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yes, people, this is Adama. I call from New York.
Yes, Adam, I get 3 minutes, ma.
Okay, I mean, what would they talk about here all the time, AAA? When was it when they talk about corruption in parliament? I mean, this is what it is. So now it don't begin for catch up with them. I mean, this afternoon I watch Asatu. It interview the school, the deaf school of those children. I mean, I don't know whether that woman they talk about what they need for that school day. Even the boss what they get, it look like matches box. So I just said to myself, all this money when people that they take them people that they take for go buy all them expensive cars then. These are the things that they got for investment now. Okay, this is the future of that country. Okay, these are the children. So I just said to myself, look at this. Okay, they are so corrupt that they don't even know. Sometimes if they go, they come out, they come or go. They know that they don't know what they do. The things that way a parliament for that country they. Okay, and what are the people then? The children is the future of that country. So anything what would they do? We got to consider them. Okay, that deaf school day. I don't know if that the principal as I did talk to her today. You know, it talk so it talk. It know exactly in work what is the woman maybe they talk about. These are the places that AAA the government for invest. It's a shame to tell you the truth. So now they said a chicken has come home to roost. So it don't come by. It don't begin from. Then they haven't seen nothing yet. It's coming. All right. So that's I'm here for put on table today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you, ma. Yes, caller, I live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Me, I concern from Australia.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
I want me to come to the survey that the parliament is one of the most corrupt institutions of the country. But if somebody made that kind of survey and include the police, who said they left the judiciary? Because we therefore remember that when laws are made or passed in parliament, the institution or the organ of government will implement the laws there, now the police and the judiciary. So you could wonder how comes that survey comes into that kind of number place of the parliament and left out the judiciary, not only in the higher scale, because now they make everybody become accountable, then with the police. This is what they do in that country, because now they implement the law. Now they enforce the law, sorry. So it's in that me to look at them. So let me come to Honorable Tawa. In fact, in as much as I get a very high respect for this guy, I think this will go down in the history of Sierra Leone, that there was one time a Sierra Leonean young guy we get a vision, we believe in a job and responsibility with a care. But what he feels in care, he wanted to do the job in the face obstacles. The most honorable way for doing is for resign. I commend them for that. But the dilemma here is, when he don't resign soon, the other people are waiting for can't take in place. We are very going to be like him. You see, that the whole force, now the thing is what they force to me now. We will get another team who will call it Tawa. We will actually say the truth and ask questions the way relevant way the benefit the Sierra Leonean country, the Sierra Leonean people in the country as a whole. That's not my own puzzle. That's not my own concern. In the other way, from political argument, because you are Tawa, it was not easy because you are the only one of the few people in that region right now. They don't face nothing where they say the truth, like how you see them, and ask questions to how you feel the ordinary Sierra Leonean feel for come out with the truth. So after Tawa, we get the Sierra Leonean like Tawa who can take a place. That's not being posed and that's another question. And if the rotation is the president, start into 2 units. The other fundamental question is, if they try to do that for create job for other people, the way you can for good job. When you separate and the other people the way to separate, you don't increase the efficiency and power. If when you separate an institution, certainly they like to for you out, lay off work at them. When you do separation. Maybe you intend to hire new people and from the other room where you create. So these are only fundamental questions that minister for us and parliament. And these are the right call now for the parliament actually call in the minister. And ask them serious questions. They go for drill and parliament. For making truth come out as to why you want for actually separate the institution into two. One create job for people the way 1 million, 1,000 to make them say big boss than the country. So these are fundamental questions that we need to ask. Thank you very much for your job.
Thank you very much, concerned Sierra Leonean. Thank you, sir. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and who you call from, please.
Oh, give me 1 minute. Hey, Triple A, what's up?
Good, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother. Listen, I mean, we need to celebrate about what happened today. Are they in a fear for Honorable Tawa? Either they find way for remove them, because I know say La High Lawrence Lima need to sleep today. He need to sleep today. He go there all over the phone, talk to anybody, all the executives, or the leaders in the parliament. He go there all over the place. He need to sleep today. Either they find way for remove that young man there, or if they need to find way for kill him. Because this has never been heard of, both APC and SLPP. One day, we will not ever see a member of parliament with a stand up in the parliament if they go after any own party the way with this young man to go. I think this young man, if anything ever happen or if he succeed in life, it will be an example. If not statue, they will build a statue for him and put on a cotton. This young man will get Sierra Leone to heart. This just tell you where they talk, but I hope all the other APC then will follow suit with them. If not so, one of themselves they stand up. Just one against that two road a couple of years ago. Because they all be noticing a bad thing, but they're afraid the boss. But I'm glad with this young man, they're afraid the young boss. Because for let this young man sit there and you see one old minister, you know say, not the president said nothing. Because the boy is right. Now I make you tell the minister, say, this paper where you bring, where you talk, say, this company, they lost so much money, they're not even get money for fried egg for breakfast tomorrow morning. Then the president tell me now, less than 4 or 5 months ago, say, this company, they make billions of dollars. So the president in speech, the paper will bring down to will, which one right? If now you correct, then the president lied to the Sierra Leone people. Then. If the president correct, then you lie to the Sierra Leone people. Then. Now you got to tell me. I don't want to see that. Who's a member of parliament on your own party, if they undress, if they pull your own party in minister and trustees in the public. This will forhold this young man. This young man, me at the talk this young man are the afraid for him. Waiting as them people are good one. Yeah. Waiting them go to this guy. Because Lawrence Lima, he need to sleep today. He go there all over the place. He need to sleep today. In terms of the survey, they say parliament, hey man, why didn't they even tell me that now? Everybody for know that. Parliament, police, Ministry of Health. Now they don't destroy salon. Especially parliament. Because if the laws them where they make, they stick with them. They not stick with the president, with the president where they send them there. But because again, we go all around like a merry-go-round, we always come back to the constitution. Because now that they go for use back, I'm afraid, but now that they probably go for use back for root this young man come out. Because now the constitution, if we not amend and change this constitution, trust me, if that constitution change and then pull that clause, we talk say any member of parliament will go against a party, they will remove them. If they remove that, we go see more and more and more of Tawa. Please look what the APC said we wanted to Mohamed Bangura 2 months last month. But it's the same thing. Because the man walk away from voting. So this young man, me, I dey pray for him. But really, me, I'm not happy. I dey pray for him. Let God make, because what thing this boy don't do, what he do the last time, and what he do today, me, I dey pray for him. Now that no more me don't forsake me, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Umar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I dey live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir, you dey live on here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me na Lusai Caesar, they call from London.
You get 3 minutes.
I just want to make a contribution for add to what this last caller just say about this man in Tawa. This man, a true patriot. This man, he don't show say yes, not to party. They serve the interests of the people of Sierra Leone. They don't do. I remember I don't do so many times. Even I remember that time we na parliament with the chief for give president elect spend all kind of vice president, the speaker, intimate say no, this not for me. All we be there this program, we all commend for that, and it's still they carry on. Then kind young man there and they will need that consider people that would stand up for the people them. People that would talk regardless of the party who's in there. Now then I take this guy so serious, you know. He's a very serious guy. And I don't know, today I've been there, somebody be the time for tell me about this Tawa. Now be the goalkeeper will be the man for Salon, na him or somebody gets it wrong?
No, he was a footballer too, but I don't think say the possible way they think na him. I might be wrong, I stand to be corrected, but himself na be footballer, but not to him be the man for Salon as you rightly put him, but we're going to see how the comments and go.
Football, never mind. Yeah, okay. Well, this guy, they pray God for him, let God continue for guide them and all throughout the way. And the other thing about this parliament, believe you me, not true. The parliament is corrupt. Why they're corrupt? Because they not serve the interests of the people that we vote for them for go inside the parliament. Believe you me, all man they fed for in pocket. Everybody. I mean, I tell you now. If okay now una not all man they say una corrupt. The first thing una need for do now for say una not corrupt. When the president return back, una call in a parliament, una can squeeze them back. Hey, pa, you don't left we. You don't go. You tell me say 1 week. Now you don't go 2 weeks. You don't go 3 weeks. What happen? Now this they need for no. Now they can't see parliament stand for. But they just sit there and all money full up in pocket. They are not for the people. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alusain. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yes, good evening. This is Nancy. They call from US.
You get 3 minutes, Nancy.
Yeah, I just want to say, for once, I feel so happy for no say we get a patriot. This na real patriot. And I want to tell and thank you. And I refuse for belief say, na I the only one. There has to be more of them. There has to be more patriots among them. We they beg them, let them come out, let them stand for the truth. It go better let you go out with your head high, knowing that your conscience clear, say now for your country the first one, because now one grain salon we get. If it's salon drop, believe me, we all go drop. Then country there, no guarantee. Well, all man they see now the news, what's in they happen. At any time, then people that can change their mind say, we don't want to go back to come. Then what you they go to? You know, what you they go to? They don't call we all kind name. Say we country na shit all country them. We leaders they listen, not to say they know they hear, but they still know they make changes. They still just they continue for thief and cow two side and they cost them. So this man, this now they say we need for begin for identify the patriots them. Now we country. We get them, then we just need to identify them. This now one of them. And that mayor, now another, Mayor Akinsoya, now another patriot. We as Sierra Leonean, we need for stats, for the look for people that will know say they love Sierra Leone enough for stand up for them, for make Sierra Leone go before. And if you love Sierra Leone, definitely you go stand up for make less alone better. And if it's alone better, everybody inside it go enjoy in life. I tell this man saying, and they beg the one them, I sure say them there among them. Do you are not afraid? Not afraid. Nobody know able get anything over you except God. Una come out and una help we. And as I be say before, no law, no day we come into being without people that are not stood up for them today. People then did. Even this tax what we they deal with today, we all know the history about Baibure and the hot tax war. Tax not been there back then. But when then people then come and say, una for pay tax for this tax, and I go make una get good roads, and I go make una get clean drinking water, and I go make una get this, una get that. Then first, but at the end of the day, when they go, then put her into law, then sign, then do what they get for do. It come into law, they like today, we all they pay taxes, one way or another. I like na cake it out na street they sell. Whether keep a come tina before you tell you say, na your ticket is pay 500 or 1,000 loans. That's na you tax you don't pay. So everybody they contribute. So while we know they see their money, then the way people then they pay, they show up na the country. Why they know they see them. So we all know say all the thing and they do. So this man, do ya? Now we begin for look. I'm sure it's not the only one. Now we get at them. If you get a team of them one then stand up as leader and as alone, we would don't better. Finally, today I breathe a little bit. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, me na Ibrahim. I call from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you, brother, for giving me a platform. First of all, I recommend Honorable Tawa and would pray for let Almighty Allah guide and protect her and let Allah give her strength. Anybody will plan bad against her and let no able succeed. And then they would pray God for. The Constitution, if the Constitution be allowed, say we member of parliament go na parliament, you go against your party. If the Constitution not been get no power for me, they remove you. Honorable Tawa, if you don't resign from SFP, if you don't be independent of the parliament. And even say if they get forget the power for remove and say, Honorable Tawa, now one policy will be say we will get for begin identify and say if you want stand for independence, would they say would they support them for let's stand? Hence the people like and they try for fight for the country. Would they try for sponsor let you would start for independent you would succeed? I remember even on Sunday where this report them try for interview the member of parliament who represent the honorable Giwao, where they ask about this report. They try for say na perception report. But if you look at the definition of perception, now what the people in the experience and what they see, now they give the report. Not to politicians and then go ask. Now the citizens of the country demand the way give the report on the car. Let's say they go all over the same district. They ask people there. So if people are what they give, if not what they happen, and not for they can report them, they not hate parliament, and not to parliament no more them point out corruption. But if they don't say parliament are the most second corrupt in the country, they not lie. The law will say if they read the rumor say parliamentary and they corrupt before you even enter a parliament. So why you never accept this report, maybe you will find solution, maybe you will see the problems there. If you then go label and they only make the laws in the country, they say they're corrupt. How they get for you will call other people there when they say them like they're corrupt? How they will caution there? How they will do oversight? Like the same thing I when they ask about, they say the people that can call for oversight, now they can sponsor back. Then the parliamentarian for call them for go ask them question there. So if somebody will get for question, now they sponsor you back. How you get for you will do a work expected. So this is the problem. So we continue for pray for Honorable Tawa in kind, let them do another parliament. They don't know deal, but because of all the powers they wouldn't give the party there, where they say if you go against your party, say anti-party activity. So then they go after you. So the pray for let God give a long life for everybody. Thank you very much, Ibu. Let God bless Mama Salon.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Since we did talk about this corruption perception survey for 2019, and I see people and they ask me, can I just give you? Police, 83.6%, parliamentarians, 60.6%, ministers, 52.7%, health workers, 48.7%, teachers, 43.5%, local councillors, 43.2%. The teacher and the local councillor, now just 0.3% they in between them. Political party executives, 39.1%. Custom officers, 21.4%. The one they always say they no sabi, 1.5%. And the other one they will talk, but they not specify the people name, 1.3%. So if we say by numbers, police can first, parliamentarians then can second, the ministers then can third, the health workers then can fourth, the teachers then can fifth, sixth na local councillors, seventh na political party executive, eighth na custom officers then. We people they we people then na custom. Don't the one they we say they no sabi. 1.5%. Then the other one they will not agree talk. They say corruption do, but they not agree talk for pinpoint who's one. Then a 1.3% of them people in the. So we will be the one that just now waiting the numbers then look like. I just try for make explain to we the numbers then. Honorable Tawa, you don't do them again. I know, say the powers them way in the Tawa they complain about. They no go gladdy today. Waiting happen in parliament. They no gladdy today, they no gladdy tomorrow. And the thing where I see and the statement where parliament give, the outcry of the people can make parliament back down. Who side this outcry can they? On social media. Because people they need to go out now for protest. And people they know they demonstrate. But we come on social media, we talk. With an online platform them, we talk. So at the end of the day, parliament ki don't then say waiting, then back down. But now increase what parliament want. We see inside the statement they remind we. We see in a parliament today inside that committee room, then talk and they, hey, it's still there in their mind. Then get for Kautam. Honorable Tawa, you get for go through the test of time. It talk and say, it don't meet a brick wall. And it don't meet her indeed. If he survive representing the Sierra Leone People's Party, say 2023, INSSF no say they no go get a symbol. When la day, we the Salone people them, we get for proof say, not to coconut aid we get. Already, I don't know if you don't see that post there. There is a post on Facebook and WhatsApp where they castigate Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh, say it take money from the director of Salcab. Even the director of Salcab, then the brand and say, now womanizer, elect luxury things them, it is spend money I elect, I no elect, in a president being in Boleai, in a this, in a that, and because you don't give Honorable Tawa money, they make Honorable Tawa they try for team up before the minister in that kind of way. But they don't sit down, they get for expose Honorable Tawa and expose the director of Salcab. They don't already. And this time I mean can say Shoro Shara. They don't already now for Shoro Shara all thing. So it's going to be a dirty fight. Is he ready for it? I believe so ready. He's prepared for this. Now make even before it's royal thing. He say, he no say, Salone na can force. And Salone bigger pass any other person. Any other person, Salone big person. So, me no say he ready, and he better be ready. If not be just about talk, he better ready. Because then go don't say 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things. Then they find now for set her up. For set her up, and they don't begin write article and say it take money, then bribe them, it this and that. Who that in the right mind? We've said it here on this platform. Who that in the right mind no say, Dabaru business they inside this particular unbundling. He did. And the person wait him up before Salcab, he no agree. But the minister, you when I oversee you, now you oversee. Now they ask you, say, the president say, Salcab they make beaucoup money. You come, you say, Salcab they losses beaucoup one. Who don't know they talk to? You vest. Not so? They say, he vest. The minister vest. He say, in a mature person, that road day, who say, Tawa one care and go. You know, they not ready for work a day. Eh? The minister vest. Oga, why the vest? That question they ask you. Not true. President Bill, when she can go to parliament and begin actable, they don't go talk beaucoup. They don't give the president to make it go talk. Don't now, we see you say backfire and don't begin happen. And then nobody expect this. Then they expect say anything where they go out. Hey, na new, na toll gates. Na toll gates and they expect what? Oh yeah, boy, oh boy. They meet potol, you forget saying against season. So Honorable Tawa, radio, they are coming. They are coming. Yeah? But this still not make say Parliament not corrupt too. Because if Honorable Tawa say the big one in a Parliament now they want to twist him behind him back. So that Ingo give the minister smooth riding. Eh? Because I don't think say them even pick up say Honorable Tawa go pick Randy up say President Bill can't talk say Salcab they make beaucoup money. Then the minister can say no need for do this to Salcab because Salcab they losses. How then two then they correlate? Eh? I say we get for see how this the end. If Honorable Tawa sail through Parliament till 2023, instead no say they not go get the symbol again. And I hope say at the end they not go can't tell me say in party in go sit down wait. If you know say you want for help the people of Sierra Leone like you're doing now, then we go here and see from the people of Sierra Leone. But make we see if not by party or not by individual. Maybe this one now go begin help for change the trajectory inside Sierra Leone, where people then they vote based on party line instead of individuals. Parliament frown face, Parliament vex, say the one poil their name. I be actually I just know their whose name where Parliament get. Whose name where Parliament get? Hey. But we are still here as things unfold. As things unfold, now so we have got to follow him. In him get for Godongo as the first person in a ruling party where they lead a committee in a parliament. For make he resign. Okay. We all know say na Wamatic resign. If they go meet him back there, take a more. But no budge. No Ben and self. I see you talk and so before you go. He also talk and say nobody. How we want for prop the minister? How we want for quiz the minister? Make the minister talk. Now so he go do. So in case they go talk to you back, take him back, come back still because you're working for the people, sir. Come back and continue na that part of the whole road. Let continue the no more. You don't tell where the minister they get a field in a AYV na 98.1. You where they look, you know. You where they look, you know. You ask him one question, he will tell you say no, not to that name can for him be they expect you for ask and this. You don't tell where they get them smooth ride the whole side. The first then journalists there. Go to Parliament today, they go tell and say na the big boy in the house. Eh? inside parliamentary and they were conscious of the new who that them be so. They say them like order, Mr. Minister, not to ya. I mean, the minister say yes, okay, in a big boys. So Honorable Tawa the biggest boy. He surrender straight. Both side the surrender self again elbow. May God help Sierra Leone. These are our lawmakers. Where people and they perceive say then corrupt. After police, na them. And then instead of them ask the dear, waiting be the question they want to ask the people them. Make we know who side we falter. Before that, then they badge the people that we say, yes, they're not saying a defeat funded consortium and a car, but then say with offense, say that one well and good name. Is it because they pass criminal libel law? They feel say now everything is good? Mba. Don't watch and see. Yeah? This is not done it too. They wait and see how we go end up. But that committee, they no need for dissolve that way. We have said and go able to settle them, may then come back. We want to see how this game they continue. You want to see if the minister go still go as the big boy or the small boy in the room. We go there back tomorrow. Who remember waiting we get Naya tomorrow, Friday? Tomorrow, Friday. Who remember? Person they get one diamond. Eh? If you remember waiting will be toxic, they happen tomorrow Naya. Tony say now the greatest mistake they go ever make if they pull Tawa, if they take the seat from her or they pull and come on parliament. Say now one of the greatest mistake we then go make. Because Tawa don't get in anymore and that's why the Tawa dey. Eh? Adelaide from Dallas. He say, na answer, he say, na storytelling. Yes? Tomorrow, now we be say, we come for can't tell story. It's a managed back member. Storytelling. I hope we are ready for it. If you end up successful, then we will continue. If not, maybe now one green day we go do a more. Même Zobi Safa Sef the member, story time. Abiba to kick about not a good old days or to man a story time. Because good old days we don't do on last week. It is a to SF member, it's a story. Other sciences are not a good old days, sir. Na story time. Childhood, memories, stories. Just fun time, fun memories in Sierra Leone. Now one do tomorrow, story time. And story them. Now story we end up for being meet now well. Now in that. But man, a story time we get. It's just fine after some week of dentia on Fridays. Just get some good time in them. The good old days story time. Unless if story time not come off and then we find something else on Fridays. But Snadandi, we go there for tomorrow. Albert Sanson has himself remember when Granny be the telling story. So all in story then they want a story comes, story go ill out. And one man be there, yeah? Parable. Eh? Okay, like keep up for tomorrow. He said the man team up no more. He had the run water. Now waiting. Eh? You remember that? Parable. The man team up no more. He had their own water and waiting. Don't remember that one day. If you don't remember, come tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. How? Now I don't know they get tomorrow. I saw a network. Now no more can do that. For take our minds off the, and then political thing. Then because we come closer to Salon Small. So we're gonna have story time tomorrow. Parable. Any you and one. You never get the opportunity. Yes, one day, I want man be there. I don't give one just now. I don't see anybody able member. He said the man team up no more. What are they running here? Yeah. Now I think remember. I think that. Martha Aronobi get them correct. Sarah Conteh get them. Tony get them. Mohamed Kamara get them. Abibatu K. Kabara get them. For the Bundu get them. You don't see. When I don't go for there tomorrow, na candle. Memzobi, miss am. Umar na Minneapolis have get them. He say na candle. Yes, na candle. Yes, so granite dome. What are they going here? One man team up. What are they going here? Anyone? So now them memories then they now one car with tomorrow. So you better come with your A game. You better come with your A game tomorrow. Because we go dinner here. With story, parable, and all these things. All them things there. We'll get for Kale on a table tomorrow. But good thing then there. Wait man for them in those books. Yeah, you could remember Randy. Whitman for them in those books. And then the last one, and they don't go left here. Would I remember him? Let's see. It starts with A. Whitman for them in those books. Now waiting. You don't see how to buy again for sweet, You don't see. Nobody remember Andy. Yeah, Tony gets them correct. Now Apple. Memzobi Safa Apple. Christy Davis Apple. Yes. Na Apple. That way Apple lay na salon. You don't ever see him na ya? Who don't ever see that way Apple na salon? What do we call Apple na salon? Who don't ever see him? Part of the diaspora where you di. You don't ever meet up, huh? It's just unique to Sierra Leone or Africa. Okay. Timbuktu self get them. Sembu Camera, na Apple. Christina Cole, Apple. Yeah, we all get them correct. Sierra Conteh self get them na Apple. For the Conteh. Teibayo, Apple. Well, na dandy tomorrow. I just give you no more gist of waiting get for happen tomorrow, yeah? We go there back tomorrow. Ready for story time and parable time. Même the bisafa say don't see him, then call him wax apple. Wax apple in the States. I've never seen it. Me never meet up him. Which store? Which store you don't see? Oh, we can go invade the store and they. Which store? Memzo. The wax apple. So now wax apple now we dey eat. Yeah, I think I just Google them now and I see say, it's wax apple for real. I don't see it. Aaron McDavis, now that apple they talk about. Also the rose apple, you know, it says Salonian, then they call it rose apple. Okay, Asian stores. Yeah, just Google and now I see. Maybe they try for look for the thing they can't tell me about seed. Oh, the seed me the feno. And the apple instead self. 5 wax apple. What that telling in a tie? Salon wax apple. Yeah. Anyway, they left here now to be called on quick one they get the time. They left here and we go there back tomorrow. We say no stress. And again we want to say happy birthday to the young Mr. Jallo Abubakar. Because today it's all 11. Not if I again, it's one big man. What's so? Because all thing where you the desire for yourself will come to pass there, young man. Again, no stress. Till we meet again tomorrow. Tripoli say, tata.